This delicate process of hand-picking flowers is one of the reasons why saffron is the most expensive spice in the world. A pound of it can cost anywhere from $6,000 to $13,000. And this Chicago company is importing 500 pounds of it every year from an unlikely place, Afghanistan. 85% of the world's saffron comes from Iran, but some of the highest quality saffron in the world comes from Afghanistan. The idea for Rumi Spice came about when the founders were deployed there.
My partners and I, we were all in the military and had all served in Afghanistan, and we identified this problem. Afghanistan's creating all this great produce, all this agricultural products, and no one in the world knows about it because 30 years of warfare have just cut off Afghanistan from the international market. So we really started with this crazy idea, like what if we can connect Afghan farmers with markets in the US, chefs in the US, and consumers.
One of the products that stuck out to them was saffron. Rumi Spice started in 2015 with only 10 farmers, and now it works with nearly 500.
We started like hand-carrying back saffron in a suitcase, and today we're the largest importer of Afghanistan saffron, and we move, almost $500,000 a year in saffron alone. There's a couple of things that make Afghan saffron higher quality than what's commonly available. One is that the particular terroir of Afghanistan imparts a very strong flavor and aroma to the saffron. It's a high altitude, dry climate. And by the way, another crop that grows well in that climate is opium. So what we're trying to do with saffron is displace this opium production over time. For the farmers, it's much more valuable for them to grow saffron as opposed to opium.
Despite the efforts to offer saffron as an alternative crop, some farmers are still choosing to grow poppies. The opium poppy cultivation in Afghanistan reached a record high in 2017. The estimated area where cultivation takes place increased by 63% from the previous year. However, growing saffron is often a better option because not only is it a legal crop, it's also worth more.
Typically, a farmer can earn 6 times more by growing saffron per unit of land than they can growing opium. Over 50% of the farmers that we work with now used to grow opium before they were given the opportunity to grow and sell saffron.
Rumi Spice employs Afghanis in all aspects of the production, and in the processing facility, most of them are women.
I think the biggest challenge was when we initially centralized our processing and needed to hire hundreds of women in these processing centers. That was a cultural leap for Afghanistan to take because that's not typical of women working outside the home. And so we had to go to each one of the heads of household and bring them to the processing center and make them understand, this is a safe place to work.
اسم من رقیه به اینجا به مرکز پروسس سفران کار میکنیم و ما میتونیم به خوبی و راحتی چون محیط زنانه میتونیم خوب کار کنیم.
Rumi Spice started with one processing facility that employed around 100 women, and now they have 3 facilities employing more than 1,000.
What we're trying to do long term, though, is move more value-added activity to Afghanistan. So we do a lot of the packaging here in our facility. But what we'd like to do is do that packaging in Afghanistan so that they can get more economic benefit.
The company's name, Rumi Spice, came from the 13th century poet who was born in Afghanistan.
We really are trying to shift the way people think about Afghanistan. Your typical American, when they hear Afghanistan, they think of things like war and terrorism and opium. And we want people to realize, like, this place, Afghanistan, is not just about war and terrorism. It's about this produce. It's about these incredible philosophers, and it's a long history to Afghanistan.